You ready, man?
Let's get it.
Get on your feet, Tiger fans. Let's get loud. Let's go. Let's get active. Let's go.
Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy Be Easy.
It's your boy V Keys, and this is You
You
Played
Played Though
Though
podcast.
podcast.
Hey, Keys, man, we got a special guest with us tonight, man.
Yeah, very special guest, man.
Yeah.
A former Tiger himself. You know what I mean? So we got a
Yeah,
good one in the building today, man.
yeah, man. Y'all gonna be excited for this one. We're gonna run down some of his notables and see if y'all can guess before we introduce him. But he's a 2002 graduate of North Augusta High School. Uh, if I'm correct, 2017 inductee into North Augusta Hall of Fame. Former Clemson tailback. And right now he's in the booth calling the Clemson games on the Clemson network. So
Yes, sir. So we have none other than Mr. Reggie Merriweather. How you feeling tonight, bro?
Reggie, how we doing?
Man, doing awesome, dude. Look, thanks again for having me on. We were talking about y'all a couple weeks ago in a group chat. So, look, caps off to you. Thank you for inviting me on. Pleasure to finally meet you. Your podcast is getting hot, man. So, like I said, I was telling Brandon the other day, y'all just keep pounding, man. It's good content, and people love it, man. So just keep going, keep doing what you're doing.
We appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
awesome.
that.
Appreciate that. And I guess that key panel was a shout out to the Panthers because they need
Hey, we need all the pounding we can get, on the offense and defensive side of the ball right now, man.
which is which is crazy to me with the obviously new leadership, right? Uh, you can't bring in a rookie quarterback and don't have no veterans around them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have so many gaps in that team right now, which again, they could possibly start all over, but I mean, you looking at another 4 or 5 years before getting back into relevance in your own conference. So it's just tough going for them right now, man. Quarterback situation not good, wide receiver situation not good, and I would hate to put them in the same category as Dallas, but it's like, look, you got to spend the money, man. You got to build a program right. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be some rough days in Charlotte to come. But like I said again, man, if they can, keep Bryce Young healthy, man, and upright, and bring in some veteran guys around them, and try to help build it because they got the running game. Juba
Mhm.
Hubbard's man, he's been pounding. I mean, okay, offensively, y'all can run the football, so just need some veteran wide receivers or some guys that can stretch the field really and kind of help Bryce Young out. So got nobody to take the top off the defense, and that's really been the biggest thing is you got nobody to stretch the field. So, but yeah, man, that's crazy what's going on in Carolina right now, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time, man. So Will and Bryce are starting this week. Shout out to Dalton. Not Dalton. And yeah, my
Andy
bad, Andy
Dalton.
Dalton.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
did get
yeah,
in a
Andy
car
Dalton, yeah.
accident. So blessings to him and his family. He did injure his hand in a car accident this like yesterday.
Yeah.
So Bryce will be starting, but yeah, we'll see how they perform, man. But
Since Reggie brought it up, before we get started here, just give me your thoughts. I know what we're used to, college football landscape has changed a lot, right? These quarterbacks are coming directly into the league, starting. They're not sitting behind a veteran quarterback like Aaron Rodgers did, right? Not Brady, yeah, like Brady did, sitting behind Drew
Yep.
Bledsoe. What's your opinion on bringing in these quarterbacks as freshmen who have had collegiate success, but on the next level tend to struggle? What is your thoughts on that veteran impact?
Man, it's a story as old as time, man. You have to the you cannot mold the player to fit the system. The system has to fit the player. So when you take somebody like Bryce Young and you throw him into the fire with, like I said again, they they got rid of all their talent before he got there. So it's like, man, we're gonna throw you out there and just see what you can do. But again, the running game, they could have updated that. They could have brought in a couple more tight ends. I mean, I kind of try to look at what Baltimore Ravens have done with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson was slated to be a wide receiver, a running back in the league, And now look at what he's doing. You know what I mean? He's 2 MVPs in. He's got a couple of playoff wins, and it's the kind of the deal where, okay, they said, all right, our system is not going to work for this guy. Okay, so we need to switch it up. We need to figure out what he's good at and help support that. And on the way, they've had a 1,000-yard receiver. They've had a 1,000-yard tight end. They've had a 1,000-yard running back. And so they've kind of built around him. I mean, the guy's electric. So with Bryce Young being the size that he is too, and as small as he is, they had to figure like, okay, man, our offensive line is not that good. How can we protect them? Okay, so they ended up bringing a few running backs. They had a good running game, but they got no downfield threats. They have nobody to take top of the defense. So basically, they just did like what they were doing with DJ last few years and played Cade Klubnik his first year. We're gonna put 7, 8 guys in the box, and then we're just gonna make you. We're gonna play press man, and we're gonna make you, beat us with your throwing, and you can't do it. So I just think, man, like I said again, you have to change the way you run your offense. You can't just be set in stone and try to bring in people to make them fit. This is just a different game. And you were talking about Drew Bledsoe and all them guys. I mean, the day of the pocket quarterback is over. You got to be mobile now. And they don't really roll them out. They just have them sitting back there as a statue, and it's just not working. So I think that's the biggest deal is, having a new coordinator, a new coach come in and, work with a young man and see what he likes to do and try to build off of that.
Yeah. All right. So I know we can talk. We can talk. Man, we could talk forever about this, man. That's a topic, man. Here in Carolina, man. Keys has been going through it because he's a Carolina fan. I'm a Carolina fan. Growing up, Carolina Panthers, they didn't have a team, so my favorite color is green. It just kind of happened. But we're both struggling this year. Both teams struggling this year. We got a little bit more talented in New York right now, but let's go ahead and give the people what they came for real quick. We want to talk about some of your high school accolades because I went to Irmo High School, Irmo Yellow Jackets. We played for Yellow Jackets. We also played Lexington. But needless to say, you were kind of the man out there at North Augusta, man. Especially your junior and senior year. I know you sat out sophomore year.
Got into some trouble, shouldn't have, but sat out sophomore year. And then a lot of people don't know, man, that CSRA area in Columbia has really put out a lot of athletes here in the last 2 decades or so. I know we were talking about Demetris Summers, and man, Ricardo Hurley from Greenwood. I mean, you got a whole list of guys that have come out and played well, went to the league. I was going to say we had some good high school days, and it's kind of hard not to be the man getting the ball, 35 times a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey, my bad.
No. Go ahead.
You brought up a name there. So I'm from Lexington. Went to White Noah High School, but we were actually in y'all division as well, but we didn't. Then we had a football team, but Demetris Summers, man. So you two got to face off in a playoff game, and what you have 400 plus 6 touchdowns. And Demetris, what we call him Meat from Lexington, Demetris, 304. Yeah, Meat was a dog. You was a dog. I just remember the days of looking at the state newspaper, looking at the recruit, and like, and we'll get to that shortly about when I saw, oh shoot, we got Reggie come to Clemson. Okay, bet. I just remember clearly you, Aries Curry from Columbia, when he got recruited. But yeah, man, how talk about them battles like with Demetris Summers, man, and like how highly talented both of y'all were as prep running backs.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, Demetris Summers, if you want a prototypical guy, he was like, 6'2", 6'3", 215, 220. I mean, the guy could run like a stallion. Every time he touched the football, it was electric. I mean, I remember the first time we played him, I think in the first 2 quarters, he had already had like 150, almost 200 yards rushing. Tall sweep. He can run between the tackles. He can catch out the backfield. He was just unreal. It was probably one of the best, high school running backs I've ever seen. You talk about some of the great running backs that have come out of Florida and Georgia and North Carolina. I mean, this dude was right at the top. And like I said, man, he's had offers from pretty much everybody in the world. So when I was getting my few touches here and there, man, I used to again look in the state paper and just every week just try to keep up with him as far as rushing yards. But I mean, the cat would just get 10 or 12 carries for like 200, and he wouldn't play the rest of the game. You know what I'm saying? So he was really good. He was really good. So like I said, man, just a great running back. And when that game came down to it, that was a really big deal. Obviously, for the reports, number one, number two running back in the state going after each other. So that game, I think I was on kickoff return, not paying attention, and I absolutely got blasted. I'm talking about concussed, leveled off my feet. They had to carry me off the field, basically get me to the sideline. That's how hard I got hit. Right. And so went into halftime, and they must have knocked something into me because when I came out second half, I rushed for like 230 or something like that, and a couple of touchdowns to win the game. So yeah, it was crazy. But
you guys were down 3 scores at that time. I think going into down 3 scores, and was it raining or something in the stands?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is over. And you guys managed to pull it out.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I said, I mean, should hear the people in the stands tell it, because it was basically like, man, they're down at halftime. They're not going to come back and win this game. And then the next thing you know, we come out, we stop them. We end up scoring, I think, in the third, and then I scored 2 more in the fourth to seal it. And then, like I said, again, we were going back and forth touchdown. But Demetris, again, man, my God, man, his first couple carries in the second half, I think one went for 60 and a touchdown. One went for 40 and a touchdown. So the dude was like, man, if y'all could just stop this dude, we can eat out the rest of the clock. We can go down and score. So that's basically what they did, man. They ended up stopping them a couple times. And like I said, that was one of them games I had like 40 something carries. But yeah, that was I remember him on the sideline. Pretty vividly. Being like, Coach, put me in on defense, man. I could stop this guy. I was like,
everybody want to see that.
Like, this game need its own 30 for 30. You know what I mean? Like the way this is transpiring.
It's a couple that need 30 for 30, but we're gonna get into it. Yeah, but in high school, I got some of that Demetris Summers work, man. My pops and my brother, they give me a little hard time, and I was on kickoff team, special teams. And he ran one back and kind of ran through you, boy. But it's all good, man.
Look, that dude was a man, and he had a full goatee in high school. And I was like, dude, how old are you?
We used to tease him about that. We used to say, man, this man 23 out here playing high school.
And so what a lot of people don't know is like he's a baller too. He could jump out the
he can hoop.
Shoot.
Yeah, he can hoop. Yep.
He was actually recruited by Georgetown. I mean, I hoop with him all the time, Lexington and all that. So man, the best athlete I ever seen, definitely coming out of high school. Just seeing it, all through high school. Like, man, this dude is a grown man in ninth grade, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he was a freakish athlete too. That's what I say, man. I don't know if you, like I said, man, I hadn't watched high school sports in quite a long time, but you rarely see people gifted like that. I would say, and he could do it all. It's not like he could just play basketball, but he could probably play baseball. Anything he put his mind to, man, because he was just that great of an athlete,
Yeah.
Obviously too, man, he could have went anywhere in the country. I mean, he could have went to USC, Trojans. He could have went to Notre Dame. Georgia wanted him bad. He could have started at Florida. And like I said, he would have started at all these schools. You know what I mean? Hell, he probably could have went to Texas if he wanted to, but he ended up going to Columbia, ended up being banged up a good bit. He had some good games, but he ended up banged up a good bit, and then just didn't pan out for him. But yeah, man, one of the greatest athletes I've ever seen. And then, like I said, man, we had some really good. I don't know if y'all remember Brian Staley, but Brian Staley is another Hoss that I played against. Man, he was slated to come to Clemson, but didn't pass clearinghouse. His son now plays for Tennessee.
Okay.
So wide receiver. So man, again, D'Angelo Bryant. I don't know if y'all remember D'Angelo Bryant. He's a head coach now. Just a bunch of guys. Like you said, Ty Hill, played with him, Arish Curry. Yeah, and it was crazy because like half our, for the 2 years straight, half the Shrine Bowl teams either went to, Carolina or Clemson. So
Yeah.
just which is pretty cool. But like I said, man, the talent that comes out of the South Carolina area, not as big as Georgia, Florida, but we can compete for sure if we had some some of those big all-star teams. Like I said, now Lexington is growing. North Augusta is growing now. So you got a lot of schools that have reclassified these last few years, and now they're catching up with, like I said, like the Dormans of the world and and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, dude, it's high school football is just as big as it was back then, if not bigger, and the recruiting trail is crazy as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, football is becoming really big business. They're starting early, and just
You
like
got NIL now in high
yeah,
school, which is crazy.
yeah. But people are paying to come see, right? People are paying to come
Yeah,
see you. The stadiums are packed, so it's naturally gonna progress, man. Now we start having like B team football out here getting the ILs, then somebody got
Yeah, let's stop it, man.
let's let the kids be kids. Like
It's got to be a line somewhere. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. But it's crazy that you say that because travel ball has gotten a lot bigger too,
mm-hmm.
and parents ask me, well, what's the best way to get my son, out there? Does he need to send tape and all that good stuff? I said, man, if he could play, they'll find him. But spending 800,000, $2,000 for a travel ball, and he could be in the weight room or on the field doing drills or something like that. Man, that's what you need to be trying to get him at. But I just think a lot of people, because baseball's big too, basketball's also big, travel ball. I just said, man, if the more exposure, the better. But when the tape come on, like I said, if he could play, they'll find you. So
mhm.
that's what they need to focus on.